So, welcome everyone. We are live and we're at the Resistance headquarters. We got the Pomeranian Resistance by my side, as always, Prince Elvis Jackson, Princess Coco Chanel, and we're joined today
with checking out once again. It's your boy Makesh Grid. I'm coming at you again live from the 6. You know what this is. I'm out here on King Nico Productions live stream show. You're watching Tea Time with Mr. Freedom.
Sweet. So today we're going to go back to a film called This Is the End, and we're going to take a quick look into Hollywood, right? Because Hollywood doesn't seem to have any original ideas. Everything seems to be straight from the Bible. Okay, and we have not forgotten about Flat Earth. As always, everything ties into it. So we haven't finished with the Flat Earth. We left off with the fake moon landing, and we will pick up again with the fake moon landing because there's so much to go over. I went over some of my comments from that video. I believe it was True Christian, Loyal Crusader, once and suggested a lot more info. And of course, there is a lot more. So hopefully you've all been doing your own research with that as well. Okay, so yeah, it's Saturday. Nothing major and big is going on. I hope everyone's having a great weekend and is doing something loving and fun. We have Chanel Brown has been here for a while waiting. We got Miss J7. Matthew's in the house. Lauren Berry. Good evening. Everyone's here. Thank you. Zay Johnson. Shalom to you. Lovely 144. King Carlos. So what's up, everyone? So yeah, hopefully you all have subscribed to the channel and have been watching along all the series and everything I've been posting along lots of freedom fighting stuff, because yeah, we have been up against some tyrannical evil these past couple of years. So Makesh Freedom here has been a part of that, and very young and very passionate about his freedom. So yeah, speak, tell them what you want to say.
We're in the end game, like I said the last time. And I'm very excited about this subject, man. After watching some clips of that movie and how they're basically mocking God, which I'm not really interested in those type of things. But like sometimes you gotta watch it like homework, so I can expose that truth and educate more people about that with an expert right here.
Okay, and that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna bring up the topic of today and what we're going over, which is this film, and it was released in 2013, so it's almost a decade old, right? So why am I going back to this? Why are we going back to This Is the End, an old film? So remember we talked about that most recent release from Netflix over the holidays, Don't Look Up, right?
Star-studded cast with a lot of similar celebrities that was in This Is the End, and same type of shit that we're in the end game, basically.
Right? So it's, again, like I said, Hollywood doesn't have any original ideas. So they keep taking stuff from the Bible. There's many other religious texts and scriptures out there, but they never make fun of that or make movies about that. Miss Sarah E. Bruto. So Miss Sarah, I loved your video today that you posted. Lots of freedom fighting clips from last summer. Amazing. So hopefully we get through this winter quickly and get back to uniting together. Hi, Starlight. Mr. Mark John. So I've had some talks with Mark on Facebook. Yeah, he remembers watching this film back in the day and had bad vibes on it, but nothing like I know now exactly. So let's bring it up. So here it is. So This Is the End. So this film, star-studded. I'll get into the cast of the film. So there you go. So This Is the End, 2013, and it's a dark comedy. It runs an hour and 47 minutes. Hollywood actors, James Franco, they're throwing a party, right?
30,000.
And then suddenly an apocalypse of biblical proportions erupts, causing untold carnage among Tinseltown's elite A-listers, right? So we're going to move on. I want to get to this clip. So there's a clip right here on the screen.
You see the background, everybody? Pay attention to what you read in the background.
Yes. Okay. So tell them show them again. What do we
Out
see?
of all beer brands and alcoholic beverages and any other drink that you can see in a convenience store, he specifically picked Corona. Because the coronavirus has always been a thing back then, whatever. But this movie is called This Is the End, and we're in a time of the whole coronavirus scare, COVID-19.
Yeah.
And look how they're trying to foreshadow that, to sprinkle a little bit of that.
See, so Mukesh knows. I didn't have to tell him twice or show him. He's like, wow, it's not a coincidence. So he's learned in the last 2 years, there's no such thing as coincidence.
It could have been wine, it could have been Gatorade there, but no, they put Corona, clear enough for you to read, right there in the picture.
Exactly. So, yeah, so Starlight sees it. There's the Corona. So it's all tied in subliminally. So we'll see how this plays out as a clip. So I don't own the rights. Don't ban this video. I'm just showing a clip and explaining it. Unbelievable. So that was from the first 15-20 minutes of the film. They're in the store looking for party supplies, snacks and stuff, and boom, you saw what happened. The rapture took place. You saw the sky with the blue light beams leading right up into the heavens and people being sucked up. So in this film, notice that there was no alien spaceships. Like I'm saying, if this is how it's going to happen, and obviously Hollywood knows this, like, are they hiding something? Are they giving something? Because they know they have to give us the truth, but they program us to just laugh at it and be desensitized to it. So we're going to look at how Hollywood has been doing this, why they can just make these mockery films. They put like 20 to 30 stars in there, including Rihanna and Kevin Hart and just many people, right? So we
saw Britney Spears, no? I don't know.
So many people.
Channing
Tatum.
Yeah, a lot of familiar faces you see lurking through the TV channels.
So yeah, exactly. So Chrysanthia says Jesus will come like a thief. Kim Wooden is in here. USA in the house. Yes, beautiful. So, and then we're gonna go to the next scene. They're discussing something in this film. So again, the rapture, and look, that's how they show it taking place without any alien invasion deception. So imagine now that takes place and an alien invasion / abduction at the exact same time. What are people going to believe? So this is what we're doing here with the resistance. We're trying to educate our crusaders because we are at the end. Hollywood knows it. They all know it. They know where they're going downwards to hell. So,
and when the beginning of the 1,000 years begins, there's going to be a very most devastating earthquake and hailstorm. And it shows the movie that devastating earthquake of how they have that big hole that opens up as well.
And then the erupting volcanoes, like, whole of Hollywood was on fire and stuff. And the ground opened up and all the stars and celebrities were falling into the pits of hell.
Like I was thinking,
ridiculous.
That movie, Don't Look Up. I haven't watched it yet.
So yeah,
the title of it, Don't Look Up, because that's where the flames of heaven will be coming out of, right?
And both these films are absolute crap, and they have the world's supposed best actors. So Don't Look Up is full of Academy Award winners and nominees, and they show the truths and subliminal message in these films, but then they make it crap on purpose, right? It's like here's the truth, but they cover it in all this mumbo jumbo and a very like distasteful stuff, right? Okay, so we're gonna get into this next scene quickly. We're gonna run through this.
Disaster. I mean, for all we know, the Lakers could have just won, and that's the reason why all this is happening.
Hole in Franklin's front yard.
See the ignorance and how they mock it, right? Absolute mockery. So let's get that off the screen. Yeah, so they've been doing that in Hollywood for a long time. So speaking of Hollywood quickly, I'm going to bring it up and show Mukesh. Yeah. So Hollywood's been around since the early 1900s. And we're going to go over some of their logos.
Can I make something I also learned last summer? Apparently that logo came out before the person landed on the moon to notice that the world is round. So they're already trying to indoctrinate you.
How so? Okay.
I learned that just last summer.
Last summer, okay.
Again, I'm not trying to offend anybody or you. I can't pick a side of flat or round. It's round, but don't. I don't know.
Okay, let's get into it because remember,
I can't make comments. Still learning.
This is unbelievable. So here it is. We're going to look at some of these clips here. So this is the first logo from 1913. Notice there's a spinning ball world, right?
Yeah, it looks like a globe.
Yeah, look, it is.
Yo,
Look, and it tells you the years and the dates that Hollywood. Look, the second logo now is from 1914 to 1919. How do they know that the world is spinning and looks like that if they've never sent any telescopes, any satellites?
Wait. But what about planes though? When were planes invented though? They could have just had a plane
We-
fly around the world.
Well, we'll get into it. So look at these logos. How is they have a spinning world with all the planet, the
Saturn?
countries on it?
Like Saturn, like did they even know about shit like that?
Look, this is still 50 years before they landed on the moon. Look at this. Look at they have a globe. They don't know anything. That's what they wanted you to believe, because that's not the truth.
And you know, look at Universal, such a rich ass company, like taking over like almost every movie.
It's impossible, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Idaho? I see you just commenting there. Welcome, covering all 50 states, because we need the resistance to rise in America.
No, should we get a bowl and pour this in?
No cereal.
It's not cereal, it's munchies.
No munchies. That's distracting.
Okay.
So yeah, Universal finished. Look, the fifth logo from 1927 to 1936.
Yeah, someone George mentioned.
So this is before the World War II, right? So planes are still not so good, and commercial airlines are just taken off. Still haven't landed on the moon for another 40 years, right? Watch. Look at this imagery. They were programming people for half a century before they even went to the moon. They even had a picture of it in the Oval
But the
Office.
Bible said it's round though.
No, round like
why
your
people-
plate. Your plate's round too, right? But it's flat, and then put a dome on it. That's our Earth, right?
That is interesting.
Yeah. Carrie's Coffee Corner, speaking of the trans. Don't get me started. That's another topic, another series to get into and debunk all of these
Did we talk
people.
about Avengers yet?
No, that's a different film.
Wait, what year was that that Universal thing made? again?
1913. So check for technology that they
and
had.
the first time they had a plane go around the world was 1924.
The first plane went around the world in 1924. Thank you for that, Mukesh. See? So how did they have...
They completed it on September 28th, the same year. 175 days to go.
So we're just watching
Wow.
Hollywood, and all they're pre-programming you for what was to come years before even NASA, years before Admiral Byrd went to the North Pole and discovered Eden. They already knew and were planning it this whole century, the whole 20th century.
A few sentences.
Yeah, go
It says
ahead.
1924, on April 6, 1924, 8 U.S. Army Air Service pilots and mechanics in 4 airplanes left Seattle, Washington to carry out the first circumnavigation of the globe by air. They completed the journey 175 days later on September 28, after making 74 stops and covering about 27,550 miles. But that's way before they went on. They're already speculating that the Earth was round, and they claimed that they went around the Earth, and it took them that long. And
So there's lots of it there. You
I'm
saw
hella
lots of
confused.
imagery, right? So how? So Mukesh, so let me ask you this question.
again, that's the internet.
So you know the history now, or the history, because it's not his story. They're rewriting history, right, with their own crap, and they're hiding stuff along the way. That's what we've been going through. So how did they have the spinning globe in black and white from 50 years before they even sent a man in the moon to turn around and see that the...
Because it's the devil deceiving you. So they want to plant that seed first with Universal doing that shit. And then they want to get these people trying to waste their gas going around the air like that to try to make you feel like, oh, they really did the work to prove that the globe is round.
No,
but then
the work they were doing was deception.
Exactly.
It was getting into your mind and watching all of Hollywood, because no one else had anything better to do than to watch movies. It was the newest thing, and go to the cinema and pay your shillings or whatever it costs, right? Your 5 pence.
Is that why we can't have jetpacks yet? Because they're afraid that people are just going to use their jetpacks to check if the Earth is flat.
Easy, of course. That's why everything's regulated and military controlled and Antarctic treaties, right? So again, this ties into flat Earth. Hollywood knew the Earth was flat, and they knew that they had a part to play. So speaking of Hollywood, I got something else to show you.
Like Hunger Games and Maze Runner and Cabin in the Woods and Divergent was one? Whatever. All these dome-related movies. Makes me
So simple search on Google or whatever. You type in Hollywood magic or Hollywood spell or Hollywood witchcraft, and look what you get. I didn't even do a big research. I've already known and done this for a while, so we're just going to show you Hollywood, right? So the word, sorry, make sure you can all see this. Sorry, I'm just getting this from the internet. So I'm going to read it. So it says, the wood of the holly tree was used by the Druids to make magic wands. The Druids believed that the holly had magical powers, which was why they used its wood to make magic wands. Today, certain magicians still create magic wands from the wood of holly trees. Do you know now why the most popular entertainment industry in the USA is called Hollywood? It has to do with magic and mind control. The controllers are using Hollywood to create movies to cast magic spells on people who are not aware of the power of sacred symbols, sound, mnemonics, and words. So it's all hidden in plain sight. So I want to see if anyone's got anything to say. I know a lot of people have mentioned it when we went into the New Age. So all you Crusaders are already awake, but just making sure everyone's on the same level now, right? So Chrysanthia says first globe introduced from France to America in 1855, right? So yeah. So
Olé!
how can they do that? Because if you're planning to deceive something, then you can just pull anything out and say what you want. But that they knew it wasn't the truth, and it was a long, well thought out plan to get to where we are now for the final card, the alien invasion.
Wait, when was the first planet discovered?
See, that's easy for anyone. That's a whole Wikipedia, Google search. You can just type it in. First this, first that.
English astronomer Sir William, whatever, Herschel. Isn't that a backpack?
So yeah.
In 1781, they discovered a planet. So it's...
But just by looking in the telescope, just because they look in the telescope and see something doesn't mean it is what they said, you know? That's what we're uncovering. And J7 says Hollywood is the word wizards use to cast the spells. Correct. So now, sorry, Jungle Queen saying Nico has a light ring. He could be wearing the glasses because his eyes are sensitive.
Yo, what are you saying? My eyes just look tired
about...
still, and they're my signature shades, man. Like, you're gonna see me take it on and off and put it up here as my signature look, you know? Chill. Like, I know you're trying to cop this. If you want this, worn by me.
The trademark
$500.
Mukesh Freedom glasses.
Yeah, I feel like getting my own custom glasses and have my Freedom Smile logo on the end of it or some shit.
Okay. So here we go. We got some gematria. As always, we got the Bible, we got some numbers, and right here we got, this is the end. And I put in brackets 2013, that's when it was released, and look what comes up. So J7, I know you've been taken up on this, and many others have seen the numbers. We have Jewish 474 and English Sumerian 846. So this film has the numbers tied into it that also tie into Antichrist, Revelation, and End of Days, right? So do I have to do a quick recap on the numbers? Yeah, we've only been on 20 minutes, so let's do a quick recap on numbers we have. So you saw the 474. So this is the end, 2013 equals 474 in Jewish and 846 in English Sumerian. Oh yeah, let me bring some. I gotta bring it up first. Give me 1 second. Okay, numbers. We need these numbers. So,
oh my gosh, I just clicked the link.
Yes. So from all the way from Astro World, you see the 474s is all connected. So remember, we're talking about the film. This is the end, and it was released 2013. And in the Jewish cipher and Sumerian cipher equals 474 and 846. So we're gonna run through 474s. As you can see, Astro World was a feast. The date that the Church of Satan was founded also equals 474. Fallen angels leave limbo at Astroworld is 474. The Beast Obama is 474. And here's their end mission: UFO breach equals 474. So the code speaks for itself. And like we said, Satan is a copycat. And Yeshua, not Jesus, but Yeshua equals 474.
Plus, it's not the first time where these Hollywood movies predict the future. And there's also The Simpsons. Like, you really think it's a coincidence that a lot of these things in the older seasons are coming to life? Hollywood likes to do that.
Yeah, because like I said, they're casting spells. Yeah, because the wood from the holly tree is what magicians use for their wands, right? Even Harry Potter had a Hollywood wand.
It's all part of marketing. Even I do that. I'm
going to show you
now to get people warmed up for the future later.
So now we're going to look at 846 and the same cipher. So everything that is, so these are in the English Sumerian, and this is the end 2013 equaled 846 in the same cipher. So age of Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius. My birthday's coming up. 846.
Best horoscope ever. For all my Virgos at, comment down below and remember to hit that bell.
Tribulation, because we're about to hit trial and tribulation. And that's what the rapture is. So in this film, it shows the pre-tribulation rapture. That's what it's about. And tribulation equals 846. World War III equals 846.
No way.
Yeah.
We're in World War III. It's a spiritual war, they say. Right?
Toronto, Canada, 846.
And we're the laughing stock of Canada right now.
Greater Toronto area also equals 846.
And I hate the GTA.
And Sodom and Gomorrah equals 846.
You're kidding me.
You know Sodom and Gomorrah? It's in your Bible.
I know Gomorrah from the Avengers, the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Evil Nation or Live Nation, the event organizers for Astroworld 846, like Age of Aquarius, Tribulation, Toronto, Canada. That's where we reside. We're in, like I said, I'm telling you right now,
where is that in God's hands?
We are in Sodom and Gomorrah. We just went out today, ran some errands, went to the mall, picked up some stuff. We didn't see any faces. We didn't see any people. We just saw a bunch of compliant sheep, right? And Sodom and Gomorrah.
I didn't see this one lady taking off her mask until I told her, I love your smile. And then
exactly.
She took that off of her.
But then we saw her again and it was on, right? She only took it off for that second. There was a lot of youth in the mall, all covered in masks, all taking pictures of themselves. I'm like, what's there to be proud of, right? Because they're proud. Self-loving, covetous boasters, right? And we're going to get into that because everything around us and all these numbers, all the prophecies is tying into the end of days, right?
And I want to encourage everybody, when you see somebody with their mask off or almost off, give them a nice compliment about their smile or something. Make them feel good that it's off. Like something as simple as, I love your smile, puts a smile on their face and they keep that off for a while, which is still planting seeds and keeping more muzzles off people's faces. I encourage more people to do that.
Yeah, but we're going to do a whole series on the mark of the beast, on all that's happening in since 2020. So Sandra has a good point or a good comment here. She says Astroworld stage is being relocated to Las Vegas.
Ooh,
what's Sin Las City? Vegas? Sin City. He took the words right out of my mouth. So Mukesh is very woke to this.
Sin City.
Because it's the devil's world. So look, alien deception equals 846. So you get UFO breach equals 474, and now you got alien deception equals 846.
What's up, Ninja Shinobi? What's AKA? I don't even know if I should expose your name, but I know who you are.
Right, so there. So what else did I have going? So I'm going to bring it all back up. So that was This Is the End. So now we got to get into some Bible verses. So let me talk to you all quickly before I bring up the Bible, because this whole film is rubbish. There's nothing more to show. I just brought up the whole rapture scene and the part at the table where Jay Baruchel's character, the Canadian one of all people from Montreal, is talking about the Bible. It's the apocalypse. That was the rapture, right? And then they were just all there, ignorant, scoffing, right? So Stacey D says, that's disgusting of them to move that stage anywhere. Exactly. Did not people
just stayed
die?
In Houston, Texas, if he wants to keep it going.
CERN, hands down,
Because
exactly.
it makes sense. Have Astroworld Fest at Astroworld Old Grounds in Houston, Texas, where you were brought up. Now you're moving it to Sin City after that whole satanic disaster. You're gonna bring it to another satanic location. Come on, Travis, you know better.
Yeah, they don't care for life. Life is expendable to them. They're very evil. That's why it was run by Evil Nation, right? 474. So incredible that the numbers, even when we go back to times where I didn't know about this and I'm decoding things in the past, it's like, wow, they've known everything's been a plan, been a setup. We knew it, we felt it. Now we're getting the confirmation regarding it, right? So Heather Carr says the Satanists are saving their portal shrine. Yeah, they're going to be using it in Sin City, right? And they're going to bring their little giant false idol around the world and this disgusting times we're in. So just look at the people, look at the characters of the youth now. They're just excited over the wrong things, anything but God, right?
Yeah. Sadly, most people these days rather have pleasure over God. They're all concerned about getting their latest alcoholic beverage, trying to rush down to see the Super Bowl, trying to watch their TV show, and not making any time for God these days, and it's disgusting.
Yeah. So Samuel Adams says,
Yeah, and people like that
Always.
put pleasure before God are those same people that are having unhealthy relationships, can't even hold a marriage, can't even date a girl for like a day, have meaningless sex, basically. They're just bad role models.
So yeah, so that's a good time to bring up the Bible. We'll talk exactly what you're going on about.
If you read
Mikesh.
the Bible or pray at least every day, you'll feel joy when praying with God. You'll feel cleaner. You'll feel better. Trust me. You'll have a stronger relationship with not only yourself and with God, but with other people around you. You'll learn how to go through life at a more peaceful approach, I would say. Because I feel like reading the Bible and studying the Bible on amazingfacts.org or .ca, whatever. You can check out my Telegram channel because sometimes I post like my Bible study links. My Telegram channel is t.me/Mukesh Freedom, or just search up Mukesh Freedom. And yeah, check out that link and check out the Bible studies that I read up every day. Right now, I just finished reading, I forgot what lesson, but I was just reading an article about the 1,000 years and what is it about, how the beginning is going to look, and how the end is going to look, the second and the third coming of Jesus. You guys should read all about it. We are in the end game.
Exactly. And 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 3 says, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts. So we'll have the mockers and scoffers walking after their own ungodly lusts. And it specifically says, in the last days. So we've been warned to look out for the last days, right? So again, this whole film was pure mocking, pure scoffing. You saw the ignorance, but they're showing it to us because we know what their dark comedy is. It's a dark code, right? So
Mukesh is Mukesh, like Muck, the poison type Pokemon, and Kesha, the singer without the A. Mukesh, Mukesh.
So yeah, Jungle Queen says she'll love to check it out. Okay, so we're gonna go back to some more Bible verses.
Shout out to Tyler L. Hold that L.
So 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 2. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, and unholy.
Did you tell me to read that the last time I saw you?
I've been telling people to read that for years, right? So I want to bring up a quick meme because I think it's hilarious to show. So yeah, you're welcome, Beverly Smith. We're here just giving lots of different perspectives, you know. So Mukesh is very young, very new, but very awake. Yeah, learning, and that's all that matters because he has to unlearn everything that his mind is taken in from the beast system, and he's around good people to get rid of it, right? So
I'm still looking for my 666 shirt. If anybody could find it, let me know. I got to burn it up.
Yeah, he's destroying all his satanic materials. So again, 2 Timothy 3 verses 1 to 4. So for men shall be lovers of their own selves again, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unholy, unthankful, right? And without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All
So,
y'all thoughts out there, read this Bible verse.
so you can see the image on there. It looks like it's from one of those.
Looks like Caravana. No, wait.
No, wait. Don't
I see
even
a
say it.
Bakuman
Don't
flag.
say it. Don't say it because I'm not getting this video flagged. So
Wait.
it looks like. So I see some rainbow flags, and the Bible does say that the rainbow is a promise from God to us, his people, that he will never flood and cleanse this earth again. So now that promise has been taken, that God gave us, and has been fornicated on. Like, oh yeah, God's going to send a rainbow and promise that. They're like, forget him. We're going to take that rainbow and we're going to make a new religion using that rainbow that despises, that goes against everything, right? That you want, that you will despise of. So this is what that is. So Stacy Stee says that's exactly what's going on. J7. So yeah, J7, please come on. J7's from this whole Hollywood area. I can't imagine what it's like, but she's got lots of stories, everything. So we're gonna hear what she has to say. I'm gonna invite J7 or anyone else that has any Hollywood connections, like Mukesh is in the movie industry. If you want to quickly share something about what you've seen in these days relating to 2 Timothy and Peter 3:3, right? 2 Peter. So you obviously got dropped from all your acting gigs.
And I'm only allowed back on set if I get double jab and be a total pro.
So
vax and pro.
So the movie industry is enforcing compliance.
Yeah, I'm like it's like you want to treat me as a puppet. I can't have my life back unless I get double jab and be done with the movement. That's fucked.
And it's worse now. That was just the actors back in the day. Now it's spreading to like, you can't even get groceries now. We'll go to the bank unless you have it. So now Quebec, just a few hours away from us, is under extreme lockdown and curfew, and some ridiculous things happening all over this
earth. I also mentioned even working on a Disney sets. Oh, I hated it. I was getting booked like crazy though, but I hated it. Yo, it came to a point where even the AD, the assistant director, like everyone thought it was funny when he was like, "Oh, I know everybody's eating and stuff, but there's like a virus going around, and I have a newborn child, and I was just wondering if every time you take a scoop." He was also like, stumbling on his words. Every time you take a little bite, can you please put your mask back up? Everybody stared at him like, and just giggled like, "What the fuck? Like, what's wrong with this guy?" And then to the point where they want to put a shield on your face, double masked up, and I'm not doing any of that. I'm eating. I'm outside in the tent. I'm avoiding any possible way getting that shit on me and complying. I'm always outside. I'm always eating, have a drink in my hand, away from the assistant directors and other people on set. And yeah, these apparently they stalk you. They stalk me online. Ever since after Adamson Barbecue, I've gained this whole new set of eyes on me. They're looking at me much closer than they ever were before. Like they were looking at me closely, like production people, the director, all that. But then, I burned through one casting director, and then I burned through a second one because I was going to a rally. I went to the worldwide rally, and that exploded on them. Somebody showed the director, and the director freaked out.
So basically what he's trying to say is that his life has been ruined, and he's been blacklisted from his career because of his non-compliance to the government.
Every time I'm on set, when I get booked, I'm also unionized, whatever. Unionized or not, before I was unionized, I'm always one of the first people getting my hair, makeup, and wardrobe ready and done with. Last time I was on set for that Star Trek spinoff, I was wondering the whole time, why am I not ready yet to go on set? And they pushed me literally as the last one to get my hair, makeup, and wardrobe ready. I'm like, what the F? It's like they're really, really trying to stretch that as much as possible that I'm not going to do shit. That's why the first 4 minutes, I counted it, first 4 minutes on set, they kicked me off. It's like they didn't want to say action yet or roll.
Yeah.
They just felt like, I bet they were planning this the whole time. Like, should we kick him off? No. Should we tell him?
Don't
no?
worry, more industries are about to fall. So a lot of people are about to join the acting industry for people like Mukesh that didn't comply. So quickly, wait, I saw J7. J7 was here waiting to come on.
And Titan season 3 still haven't paid me for that photo shoot because of my freedom fighter side of me. Like, come on, I was getting paid after it. This is ending of November 2020, and we're now in the beginning of 2022, and I still haven't got my check yet. Whatever. I just said F it.
Okay.
I was balling back then anyway.
Okay, so let's continue on. So J7 is about to come on, but I just want to finish off with 2 Timothy, different versions and how it looks to relate to today's times. So, but mark this, there will be terrible times in the last days. So we're talking about these days now, the last days. People will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, proud, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, without love, unforgiving, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, and not lovers of the good. So don't be naive. There are difficult times ahead. As the end approaches, people are going to be self-absorbed, money hungry, self-promoting, stuck-up, profane, contemptuous of parents, crude, coarse, dog eat dog. Oh my goodness, the negativity of this. Unbending, slanderers, impulsively wild, savage, cynical, treacherous, ruthless, bloated windbags, addicted to lust, and allergic to God. They'll make a show of religion, but behind the scenes, they're animals.
That's exactly what's happening.
Stay clear of these people. Exactly.
Yo,
so
scroll back up. Sorry about the last one.
Yeah. Where?
Okay, you know how they say disobedient to their parents? You guys can't take that literal because it also, in my humble opinion, and I know I have people that support me on this side, doesn't mean your biological parents technically. It can mean your elders or anybody that's a parent to you, in my opinion. Okay. Or to God. Whatever.
So welcome. Hi, Susie. So yeah, J7's coming on now. Welcome, J7.
Yeah, I remember her.
Good evening. So it's good to see you. Hi.
Hi.
Say hi to everyone.
Oh, what's side?
So I'm sorry. I'm really sick. I have a really bad sinus infection. So I just wanted to pop on real quick. I have a personal story to share. And then I also just wanted to bring up one thing about Hollywood. As most of you guys know, I have dozens of stories, but I just wanted to share this one thing about Hollywood. The red carpet actually symbolizes the blood shed for fame and fortune, and it goes all the way back to the Romans and the red carpet being a display of the adversaries of the blood shed by the Romans' adversaries. So I just wanted to share that because a lot of people have no idea what the red carpet even truly symbolizes. Yeah. And
that's very good to tell people and remind us. So wait, and I want to ask you some questions. So Jungle Queen says everything we've been seeing for the past 2 years. So that's relating to 2 Timothy. So you're there in the belly of the beast in California, J7. Yeah. So we're speaking of the last 2 years. Can you tell us what you've seen that is 2 Timothy accurate to these days? Especially being in California with all the proud and the boasting and the disobedience and the unholiness, pretty much.
As far as like the unholiness, I mean, that's just, it's saturated in Hollywood in general. And the whole casting couch thing is a really big deal. Men, trying to take advantage of women. All of this stuff is all tied together. And I know that
everything there.
Yeah. I know a lot of people.
Sodom of Gomorrah Valley, right? You're talking about, you guys have Sin City and Nevada over there. So yeah, California is pretty much the belly of the beast. And not to mention the city of angels, Los Angeles.
So as you know, I've shared this a little bit before. I'm connected to the Star Wars creators, the Star Trek creators. The Star Wars creators are the same creators for Jurassic Park.
So some big
my
box office hits.
yeah, my one of my bestest friends in the whole world actually owns Walt Disney's Club 33, and he creates all of the Disney and DreamWorks theme parks around the world. And I am very aware, not just spiritually, but like the vibes and the signs that are all around. Even whenever I'm in LA with my producers, I'm very aware as to what is going on. And I don't know if you can share it on your end, because I don't know how to share it on my end, but I'm also connected to the Aliens and Avatar creators, and the people that are creating Star Trek and Star Wars and Aliens and Avatar. They are all aware that all of this stuff is sci-fi. It is fake. And yet somehow they've cast a spell on the entire world to think that aliens are real.
Yeah, it's now becoming real. So now what was meant to be entertainment and fake, that's what I've noticed, is now all their spells has spilled into reality. So now people don't know what real life is anymore, because everyone's life has become a Hollywood movie to them. Everyone's posing on the Instagram or whatever, Twitch, on YouTube, and everyone's their own star, their own private personal news reporter now. It's just,
or wasting their time in
those
virtual reality games, or what the metaverse they call it too now.
So
it's all self-induced, it's all self-pleasing. But what I was gonna say, that I don't know how to share it on my end, but I really, really woke up one day. I mean, I have daily awakenings. I mean, I'm shook and rattled every single day, but I shared with you an image of me with one of the Alien Avatar creators. And I went to support this person because I was actually featured as one of his main characters for an Alice in Wonderland art show here in California. And so because I'm a stilt walker, Alice in Wonderland, I started off on baby stilts at the beginning of the night, and then Alice grew throughout the night.
Yeah.
Okay. So I obviously became very drawn to the creator, started doing tons and tons of research. And what really drew me to this particular person, and I'm not going to name a name just because these are my beliefs. And even though I believe it's in my face, I'm not going to name a name, but I did a lot of research on this individual to learn how he came about creating the alien creatures and the avatar creatures, because I'm really into art. And
is it really art, or is it something more than just art, right?
So I spend, like weeks and weeks, studying this producer. And then I was invited to like a symposium where he went and, was doing like a big speech on, how he, came to be what he does. And what really drew me in was the fact that he did humanitarian work. And I'm heavily involved in humanitarian work. My company was actually created so that I could put water wells in third world countries and stop animal slavery in circuses and things of that nature. So I was very drawn to this individual's humanitarian work, not just his creativity in the movies. Okay. Oh, and something else I wanted to share while we're talking about this, because they also created Tim Burton's character, not Tim Burton, Tim Curry's character, where he played Satan in the movie Legend. And you have a follower that's named Satan that uses that particular image. And yeah. And it's just funny to me because he actually deleted me, or he blocked me. I don't know what I did or said to upset him, but I'm actually, I'm connected to the creators that created that person's costuming. And a lot of people don't even know that actor had to be up on stilts. And so that's why I know this, because I was a very well-known stilt walker for many years. But anyways, while I was at, this symposium listening to this guy and super drawn, at the very end, he had another meet and greet where you could go and take pictures with him. And even though I knew him personally, I was with another person that didn't. And so we stood in line and we took pictures. And I noticed out of the corner of my eye that there was this painting. And the painting was of a demon, like full-blown demon. Okay. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, this guy literally just spent an hour and a half talking about humanitarian work and all of these creations. And this was so blatant in your face that I knew. I was like, I am literally standing with a fallen angel, and it all was being, like God was, talking to me and saying, yeah, like this is it. This producer is putting it in your face that he is a fallen angel according to my beliefs and what I believe. And I shared the image with you, and I don't know if you can share it or if you still have it or not, but it is me standing with one of Hollywood's biggest producers, and in between us is a painting that he did of the most demonic angel I've ever seen. And like I said, at that time, it was all being uploaded, with me and stuff that, hey, they're showing you behind the curtain. So I want to share.
Of course, because they're very conceited too. So they want you to see and admire them and subliminally tell you the truth without telling you, but they're telling you and have you believe it and say it. So, you've heard kids say, oh, worshiping celebrities, oh, Johnny Depp's a god, and oh, Drake's a god. Kids talk like that. I'm like, what the hell? So they call themselves a sixth god, and then it spreads, right? And then the kids start getting so brainwashed they can't looking at them like gods. And you saw what happened at Astro World, right? So it's like, wow, absolute power of the energy, right? So and again, like you said,
Astro World was
real.
Yeah, Astro World was like the end all be all for me in realizing that I needed to walk away from a lot of stuff. My company's contacted a lot for like music videos and things like that. And even though I'm still involved with a lot of things that I'm not really happy with doing, like I've shared with you guys, even dressing up as an elf and going with my Santa to churches, because I just cannot understand how churches even request this type of entertainment during the holidays. Mm-hmm. But we're just, like I said, we're saturated with it. And I'm just, Astro World changed me forever, because literally, as I was watching it, all I kept thinking was, this is the exact same scene from Queen to the Damned when Lestat was on stage doing his demonic concert, summoning all the vampires. Then when I started watching people's recordings of it in slow motion and actually seeing the demons, I was like, there it is. Like, it's right in there.
Absolutely.
And they literally had the exact same stage set up. They had the 8 pillars of fire, the flames. Like Hollywood was and is created in order to fuel this agenda of flat earth.
I see it.
Space and
alien deception. Like they need you to see something before it happens to be able to believe it, to help manifest and attract it, which is evil, right? It's all spell.
Even when you're there, okay. My last concert was Travis's last show in Toronto, front row center.
Same here.
And then it's just that magical. I felt like after the show was done, I'm ready to die. It's like that was the highlight of the year. I'm done. And my soul felt different. My spirit, everything felt different. I wasn't intoxicated at all. I damaged my vocal cords. It took a few months for it to heal from being at that concert. And the amount of flames and screaming to your top of your lungs for hours, word by word. And I don't know, something magical at Astroworld where it feels like you're being almost possessed, but not. And then the whole crowd surge and the crowd surfing and the mosh pits and my shirt's off. And you don't need to be intoxicated, have a great time there. It's like, I don't know, something to do with satanic feelings maybe, or black magic is happening there.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that I feel like was not focused on enough regarding Astroworld was the military sound weapon. Because if you remember, there were a couple of people that posted upon walking in at 10 in the morning that the speakers were pumping out a weird vibrational sound, and people couldn't figure out why the sound was even being, pumped out through these speakers 10 hours before or 12 hour, all these hours before. And if you do any research on military sound weapons, it ties into the vaccine and and how like people need to think about this logically. There is no way that hundreds of people all at the same time dropped because they were on drugs or they were crushed or there was a stampede, when in actuality, Astro World producers or somebody who was involved in the planning of this knew that if they pumped this frequency out for 10 plus hours, that it would disrupt the human physiology of the human body. And then they ramped it up right whenever he came out with his escape plan song, and everybody drops there. It's not coincidence. It was definitely a military sound weapon tactic. And I believe that the people that took the vaccine were more impacted by it. And yes, I am not a scientist. This is just my speculation and my belief, but you cannot you cannot find any of those videos of people talking about that weird vibration being pumped out.
Why, I saw them. I probably still have some saved in a folder. We've gone over it in the whole series.
And Travis been conditioning this for years, though. It's always been tradition for every single Travis Scott concert ever. It's also on his Netflix documentary. It's a tradition for a few people or one person to pass out. However, even I almost felt like passing out when I was at the Astroworld concert. And there was one other person that did. There's always an ambulance truck coming out. However, this is a whole new level, though. Not a few people passing out. This is a few hundred with people dying. That's that's fucked up. That's obviously the vaccine. And in those sound waves, like it already hits too weirdly without the vaccine. So it's really effing people up with the graphene oxide that's in them, combined with the vibrations and like
exactly. And since we're going to talk about Hollywood and Travis Scott, here you go. All right.
Yeah. So I have to stop. Sorry.
So the reason that Kylie was there with her baby, who brings an infant to a Travis Scott concert? Okay, first of all. But if you pay very close attention, you need to have 3 witches to cast a spell. So you had Kylie, her daughter, and Kendall, all 3 witches there. They were all dressed in black as if they were attending a satanic ritual.
Yeah.
And Travis Scott was also dressed in all black.
I was dressed in all black. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. And if you notice, I mean, yes, he had the black t-shirt on with, the little demonic devil going in the portal and all that. But if you notice, he also has like a tattoo like right here, and it says Duke. And if you look, he's a Duke of the Prince of Darkness. He's not like a royal Duke like the Prince of Andrew. You know what I'm saying? So like he's literally putting it in your face on his chest and showing you his stage was an inverted cross, and it doesn't get any more blatant in your face. So it's also another reason that the 3 witches were all dressed in black, because they were also attending a funeral. And Travis Scott puts it in everybody's faces where his allegiance lies. He won't marry Kylie Jenner because he is part of the satanic beast of destroying families. So he's not ever going to marry her. He'll keep impregnating her and having bastard children with her, because that's part of the satanic breaking up the families. And like we all know, more than half of the world.
Wait, hold on a second. Okay. Because I already saw in the comments earlier, people were talking about the whole Megan Fox and Emily getting engaged or married and drinking each other's bloods, and everyone's like,
she's just trying to be Angelina Jolie. I don't know if you remember when Angelina Jolie blew up over the whole Billy Bob blood thing.
It's not them. That's not them being original. First of all, some people spotted it out, saying that Megan Fox is not a real woman. That she's a dude, right? And so is Angelina Jolie. And that's what you got to understand. As you're speaking like Travis is really impregnating Kylie, they're not doing anything because they're inverts, right?
Well, I do have to share with you. I love you to pieces, Nico. I love you, love you, love you. But they're going to, on that topic, we're going to have to disagree on some things, just because I am connected to some of these people, so I know what their real gender is. I'm not saying that there are not a lot of them
and a
out
lot
there.
of them are coming
But you
out
would be
now.
really surprised, okay? And I will share this with you. A lot of people don't even realize how many human beings are born with both sexes, and the parents have to make a choice as to which sex to choose for them. It is so more common.
When they're born into witch covens and Freemason lodges, then their sex is already determined from the rituals that happen for the conception ritual, and then they do the C-section because they don't want it born naturally, whoever's giving birth to the baby, right?
But I have to share this with you, Nico. Most of my career, I have been told I am a man. And you don't understand. I have the H-shaped body. I literally stopped online dating 10 years ago because every single day somebody was telling me, you're a man. There's no way you're a dude. You had a sex change. You were born a man. I'm telling you that there are some people that you have referenced as being a different gender than what they really are. And you're not aware as to whether or not their parents made that decision when they were born. Mm-hmm. I am very involved in the LBG community because I'm a human rights advocate for Amnesty International, which is Spock from Star Trek, Leonard Nimoy. And hermaphroditism, I don't even know if I'm saying the word correctly, but being born with both sexes is so common that you wouldn't understand how common it is.
They have a penis and a vagina at the same time.
Yeah, like Bill Gates. That's Bill Gates is a freaking hermaphrodite, or even Lady Gaga too. I've seen many clips of them from Jessica Alba, which Alba is an anagram for Bale, so a lot of them have it in their names. Like Sandra Bullock, right? All of them. So we're not going to get into it now because this is about yeah, actually, it's all connected.
It is all connected.
At the same time, can you make your penis go in your vagina and impregnate yourself?
Oh,
that's a weird question. So that's some weird stuff. So, but we're
so I want to wrap up. I do want to share a story because you had mentioned something about Las Vegas, and this is actually a good story because I have so many bad stuff. But so I lived in Las Vegas for 5 years, and I brought my father, who was dying of kidney failure, to Las Vegas. And my father was sick my entire life. He died when I was 21 years old. And he used to cry a lot about how he didn't want me to be present when he crossed. He said it would just be too traumatic for him. He didn't want me to witness his actual death. And it was December of 1998. And I lived downtown Las Vegas. And we woke up that morning and some of my friends are like, hey, do you guys want to go up to the ski resort and go snow tubing? And I was like, what are you talking about? We live in Las Vegas. There's no ski resort. Well, sure enough, 45 minutes west of downtown Las Vegas is an amazing national forest, and Charleston ski resort is there. Las Vegas Charleston ski resort. And so me and my friends, we went to go snow tubing that day. And I asked my dad if he wanted to go with us that morning. And he was like, no, I'm just going to hang out and watch some football and stuff. And I knew that he wasn't feeling good. And I had this feeling around Thanksgiving that this was it. It was time. He was going to be, going home soon. And when we were driving back down the mountain to Las Vegas, the craziest thing that I had ever seen stopped us. And I made my friends pull over on the side of the road. I saw the biggest double rainbows that I had ever seen in my entire life. They were mind blowing to the point where I was like, no. Like, we have to pull over and enjoy this. And so fast forward about, 45 minutes later, we get home. And as I'm driving up to my house, I noticed that my dad's car or his truck is in the driveway. So I don't think anything's wrong or anything. And I go into my bedroom. And as I'm, getting out of my snow gear and stuff, my friend comes in and he's like, hey, your dad died. And I was just like, what? And his face was just beat red. He's like, yeah, I need to go to the hospital right now. I need to identify, your dad's body. And of course, at that time, I was a complete wreck and I didn't understand what it all meant. But now that, as years have gone by, I honestly believe that God put those double rainbows there.
Right.
To make me miss the ambulance by minutes. I missed the ambulance by minutes. And in the ambulance, they tried reviving or resuscitating my dad like numerous times, even though it was on his medical chart to not, try and resuscitate him. And so I just honestly believe that, God fulfilled that. And the thing that I find the craziest about it was, not only did he do the double rainbows to pull me over and distract me and to have me not witness that. Think about it. It snowed in downtown Las Vegas for the first time in I think that time it had been 20 years. And I was like, oh my God, my dad died on the day hell froze over, because it's called the City of Sin. Yeah. So anyways, I just wanted to share that story because years later I put it all together. I obviously knew while I was living in Las Vegas that I was in the City of Sin, obviously, but I didn't drink, gamble, or do drugs. That wasn't my thing. I just thank you for giving me a platform to share some cuckoo weird things.
It's unbelievable. You keep hearing these stories and you read about them or hear about them on the National Discovery Channel or something, and it's like, wow, so much incredible, enlightening stories, so much experience. I can't wait till I can get into some of my stories. I keep throwing some of it out there, but yeah, we're about to find out now. And I feel like the double rainbows that never used to happen before. It was only one rainbow. Does that mean we're closer to the firmament or something? Are we closer to the sky? Is that why Earth's getting hotter? Is it because of the two suns? We don't know. That's why we gotta go through the Bible and get to the bottom of it. And then also, why is Hollywood on that hill, right? So
everybody needs to read up on that 1,000 years Revelation story as soon as possible.
But yeah, I look forward to hearing more from you, J7.
Yeah, one more quick fun fact. So I was birthed in the Garden State, where there's the New Jersey Devil. So I've always thought that was kind of interesting, because I've known since I was 7 years old that somehow, some way, I was supposed to be doing what I'm doing currently. I was doing Bible study schools, or hosting my own Bible study classes, even when I was a cheerleader in junior high school. So I always thought that was a fun fact. And I was also born at John F. Kennedy Memorial Hospital, at JFK Memorial Hospital. And like I said, I'm connected to Walt Disney, and it is true. I'm connected to not only the Disney people, but Disney, Warner Von Braun, NASA.
F Disney.
It's all in your face. And the reason that the internet is out in this day and time and age is because the Bible is very specific. It says that all of the information has to be disclosed in the end of times, so that people have the choice and discernment to be able to decide what's right and wrong. That's why everything is out there, from Project Paperclip to NASA, just all of it. So anyways, you guys, you all have a good night. And if anybody
hold on, not so fast. You think I didn't pick up on that? You switched born to birth. Explain that.
Okay, what
do you mean? You switched the word born and said birth. Isn't that the same thing?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. I always tell people, for happy birthday, I don't usually say happy birthday. I'm happy portaling to Earth Day. I don't know. It's just,
okay.
Cool probably something crazy I picked up, when I believed in aliens.
True.
Wow.
True.
But thankfully, you don't believe in aliens anymore. We know that it's the fallen angels that are going to be setting up their final, hoopla. That's the stage is set, right? So
yeah. So if anybody wants to find me, you guys can find me on Facebook at J7. It's JAY space SEVEN. Or you guys can find me on Instagram at lowercase I am J7, which is the letter and number, and then underscore the White Rabbit. So I would love to hear from all of you guys. I love seeing all of our
Yeah, the White
Crusaders.
Rabbit.
Gee, is that you, San Diego?
Look,
Awesome.
wait. White Rabbit.
Oh, nice. The bunny. Yeah, we're going down the rabbit hole. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
actually, so one of my girlfriends, she owns a company called Green Rocket. Check it out. It's like herb,
Green
shrooms,
Rocket.
Green Rocket. Check it out. All right, everybody. Good night. Thank you for doing this.
Peace.
Good
Bye,
night,
guys.
Good night.
7.
Remember, freedom is essential. We're all essential. Oh,
Okay, so quickly, there's so many great comments tonight. Like, I don't even need to do anything. A lot of you are already awakened to a lot of the Baphomets in Hollywood and around the world, and the Williams sisters and sports. There's stories of openly trans man to woman MMA fighters that won the championship after cracking everyone's skull. You know what I mean? So there's a lot going on, and it's been happening for centuries in royal families, in politics, in Hollywood, right? So why did they pick Hollywood, right? As you can see, it's on a hill. So once you tie in everything, like the earth being flat, the fallen angels, the Nephilim giants, right? So first of all, we have to understand there were giants on this earth. There were like different sizes, some as big as like 400 feet tall, like massive. Just that's why God had to intervene and flood the earth. So where are their bodies? Where are the remains? We've uncovered the buildings, the structures that the angels created that survived the flood. So what would happen to a 400-foot Nephilim Titan body? So this is, well, we're going to take a quick look. I'm not saying anything, but I want to get people thinking. Look at the hills, right? So we're going to talk a bit about petrification. So they say it takes thousands of millions of years for something to be turned into stone. That's not true. Things can be turned into stone like by a flash. We don't know when it comes to God. Like we saw Sodom and Gomorrah was rained down fire, brimstone, and the whole salt. So I'm saying that possibly the remains could still be there, that some of these mountain ranges and some of these hills could actually be some of the turned to stone bodies of the Nephilim. So I don't know if anyone's done any research and looked into images and rock formations that look like giant figures and faces, or a body curled over, right? So a lot of these hills and mountains, when you look at them, they look like bodies hunched over, right?
like in that movie, Mona? No.
Moana, yes,
Yeah.
exactly like in that movie Moana. And here's Moana. So in the Moana, there was a goddess or something named Tefiti. And Tefiti was the heart of the land. And she would lie down on this island. And as you can see, she's like part of the land. So there's more subliminal messages for children because it's Disney and it's aimed at children. So again, it's like showing you that the Nephilim would turn to stone, or these mountain ranges could possibly be the turn to stone bodies of the giants. And obviously, if you're serving Satan, these Hollywood people, they just go and put their wand. So imagine you get the strongest wand and you put it on a stone body of a Nephilim ancestor. So take that in. There's all kinds of rituals that could be possible because of this thing. And there actually is in real life. Hold on, where's the picture? I had an image of a mountain range that looks just like a body. So petrified.
Yeah, what's Easter Island all about? Those heads? That's
Exactly. So Hollywood could have been. So basically, what I'm trying to say, Hollywood possibly in California, right there, could have been a burial ground. That's probably where some of the Titans were when the flood came, and they just knew it. They saw it coming, and the flood came, flash flood, or they just laid there and accepted their fate, that their time there was done. And that's why some of the hills are stacked like that. You made a good point with Easter Island.
Yeah, what's that all about? I have no clue what's that. Was it like randomly placed there thousands of years ago and people don't know? Like, I don't know. It's just something I see in cartoons and movies as a kid. Random heads on an island.
Yeah, and there's stone formations of giant mammoth elephants and stuff. So yeah, the Nephilims were 9 to 12 feet, some 30 feet, some 100 feet, and then it got out of hand because the angels kept pushing, right? They kept pushing the genetic code, taking it further and further away from what God originally made it in the likeness and image of our Father, right? And they wanted to destroy it, and they succeeded, which is why God intervened and flooded the world. But what happened to all that were here, right? Obviously, the Nephilim, humanity, and mammals need air to breathe. So when the water came and flooded the world, whether the waters came from underneath and above, and everything just happened, right? So they couldn't survive. All their food sources were destroyed. So everyone perished. So the bodies would have just drowned. And then over time, once the water subsided, the bodies didn't just disappear, right? Especially if it was giant bodies. So there's not that many mountain ranges on Earth, but there's enough to say that it could have been remains of an old corrupt race before the flood, which the Bible speaks of, because we obviously have seen the flooded buildings and the flooded pyramids and flooded Sphinx with the erosion from the water. Everywhere on this earth has evidence of a flood with ancient buildings that survived the flood. So we're bringing it all together. So I'm going through the comments. You're all pretty much awakened. Definitely, we touched a little bit on the Baphomet ritual and the image of the beast. So there is an image of the beast, and Hollywood is not to be trusted. Yes, there are exceptions. You do get women that have stick-thin bodies with no hips, but the science says that women and men are different. We have different shaped skulls and skeletons. Women have hips wide so they can carry and give birth to another human, right? And men are just straight up and down. So that whole attack on your psychological mind has been at war for centuries with Miss World and the Victoria's Secret and all these skinny stick straight up and down models. Yes, there are exceptions in real life, but when it comes to celebrities and idols and supermodels and these big massive bonanza shows, they can't be trusted. J7, I understand, is an exception and it's been called things that aren't true about her for a while, but
welcome to the 21st
but she's an
century.
exception. She's not, she's in Hollywood, but she's not one of the biggest stars. She's not got $1 billion makeup line like Kylie Jenner, right? So, and you all remember Kylie Jenner when she was a little kid. She was ugly as hell. There were like little boys with long hair. That's why they need to do all the plastic surgery. That's why they need breast implants and Brazilian butt lifts and feminization. I've run into MTFs in Toronto, and I didn't know until they told me, or I seen it on their social media. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, wow. So if I can be deceived by someone just that's not famous, that's just someone in the streets in the city, then yeah, when it comes to Hollywood, they cannot be trusted. When it comes to the politicians and the royal families, definitely will not be trusted. And I have looked into it years ago. I have the truth. I'm still finding a way to put it all together so I don't just come out, because I've tried to come out with them. People just laugh when you say, oh, Kim Kardashian's a boy, right? People are like, no, she's not a boy, dude. I've been like, touching myself to her for years, so she can't be a boy. I'm like, no, that's not a good excuse, right? You've been deceived.
I know in Hollywood, it's like there's a lot of fake people. Like I'm pretty sure you guys already noticed. They'll like say something, be all nice and to your face and all, but then they talk a lot of shit behind your back. It's like a rich Hollywood thing to do, shit talk, gossip behind your back. It's disgusting.
Yeah, but I've looked into everything. So we're talking about MTFs and how these big Hollywood women are dudes. It is true. Just look at the children and what they're doing to the children in this day and age. Look at the Charlize Theron. She's got 2 African adopted kids, boys, that are seen in public wearing dresses and looking like girls. Same with Jolie. Same with all of them.
Yeah,
They're raising their kids as openly trans. They haven't even gone through puberty yet. This
Who's
is
that basketball
evil.
player with the 11-year-old kid, son that wants to be a woman? Was that Dwayne Wade or something like that? not LeBron.
Oh yeah,
like
Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, back in like
As a
2020.
trans boy, so they're
like, that's
all
a
doing
kid,
it.
Though. That's a child. Like, what
These
is that
people
doing?
are told this is their mission, this is their whole existence, is to push this narrative, push this agenda, push the image of the beast, and pull society away from God.
I
Right?
feel like Bruce Jenner kind of regrets changing.
Of course, look at Bruce
because
Jenner. That's another ritual.
Bruce, yeah.
How many? I'm not just saying this because it's fake and I'm making
Bruce
it up.
to Caitlyn
It's
Jenner,
real. There's enough people in Hollywood, enough new people that just came out, like Elliot Page or Ellen Page or whatever their name is.
But I gotta say, props to Bruce though for at least supporting freedom. That's something I gotta mention though. Against the mandates and the tyranny and all that. Bruce Jenner for governor. I don't know what else.
So yeah, we're in the devil's playground. There's a lot of things happening. The DNA is being manipulated. The sexes are being changed. So anything that God made us is now long gone, right? Unless you're pure bloods, so they say, like myself and Mikesh here.
Yeah, don't get jabbed. Like, yeah, we believe in, your body, your choice, my body, my choice. Just know that there's consequences that you're gonna.
But no, there's another option.
Don't be an idiot by getting jabbed up, even though
it's your body, government's choice now, right? So my body, government's choice. I don't go by that. Just go walk outside and go to the nearest mall or anywhere, and everyone you can see, not people. You just see government products of the government.
The jab is undoable.
That's why it's so uncomfortable when you go outside, and if you're not complying and you see that, like. That's the government's products now. There's no more people, no more image of God. You got image of the system, right?
It's just weird to say not complying or complying. Like, I'm just living life. I'm complying with God, man. Like,
and I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. I'm like, are you crazy? They're missing out on paradise just because they want to fit in society and make a couple of bucks. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're so desperate for acceptance.
Exactly. See,
you're so desperate. It's like high school again. It's like.
And look, another ritual. The Matrix directors became women too. So they started out as the Wachowski brothers when they made their first Matrix. And by the end of the most recent Matrix that just came out over the Christmas.
Oh, I gotta watch that.
They're the Wachowski sisters. So yeah, I'm going to quickly talk about it quickly because I got Adam and Eve vibes from the Matrix. It was all about Neo and Trinity and how powerful they are when they are together. And that's exactly why God made Adam and then made Eve, because he saw how lonely and, uninterested in the garden by himself. So when he gave him Eve and made Eve,
Adam was all like,
they just became together. So man and woman need to be together and not have Satan corrupt and destroy their home for us to be at our true potential, right? That is the secret. Our true potential resides in true love, not, love everyone, free love, man. No, everyone's living in a broken home and a broken, depressed existence. You have to find your one true love, your twin flame, your soulmate, just as Neo and Trinity did. There was scenes of them when he was being awakened in the system, and as he floated away, her hand reached, right? Because together, that's what they are.
You also need a relationship
Adam and
with
Eve.
God before you get a relationship with somebody else, and you also have to love yourself before loving others, they say as well. But when you have a relationship with God, your life feels better, like I said, and a relationship feels better. Not just that, having a clean home, things like that will keep your mind at a healthier set. And yeah, you guys know this stuff.
And everything is sodomy. Why don't we make sodomy punishable by death, like the Bible says? Because we can't. Because now it's enforced. People are so about it, right? People are just like, oh, do this, do that. It's like a way. It's normal. We're in Sodom and Gomorrah. It's the disgusting time we're in. This is why I keep stressing. Hollywood keeps putting it in your face, putting movie after movie after movie. This is the end. Don't Look Up, right? Infinity War, End Game, right? So how convenient. End Game came out just the year before End Game began. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and there's a reason why. It's to get the Earth ready and the people ready for the End Game. Nothing's kept secret. It's just no one's educated. So
I wonder what's the next Avengers movie going to be called.
So that, oh my God, that Timothy passage sounds like this man and wife I met today, and I met them through the drive-through at work. So they were hella self-absorbed and they wanted me to go work with them for real estate. Exactly. Everyone's just thinking about money and how they could trample on someone else and backstab someone. But, oh, we got to get it quick. Well, someone else will get it. And I'll have to go with someone else. So everything's just who's better, who's got the more money, who's
Kinda
going
like
to do
this
it
whole
now.
crypto battle right now. I'm kind of seeing it. There's a lot of people trying to get into it now because they don't want to feel left out. It's that feeling of being left out because they're saying how crypto is a great way now for investments and getting money. This whole rush right now, just like Bitcoin was back in the day. It's all satanic shit.
J7, she reminded me. So yeah, in the first Matrix, Neo's passport has his birthday as September 11th, 911. 2001, and now is his renewal date. So his renewal date was on his birthday on September 11th, 2001. And that film came out in 1999, 1999.
Yo.
So if Neo is the one, then he has the same birthday as the one, which is Jesus Christ. And Neo is the archetype of the savior, right? And Jesus Christ is the savior, and they have the exact same birthday.
Jeez. Holy.
See?
Whose man's is this? What the hell?
Exactly, J7. So thanks. And to Duke Tomlinson, yep, you're welcome, everyone. So have you seen in the future celebrities are locked up in human zoos? Wow. Yeah, I'm done. I don't want to see.
Zoos, kind of like
I'm
what's happening
done.
now with the lockdowns and quarantining and isolation, right? Right? Yeah.
I don't want to be on this farm anymore with all these farm animal
I
people.
want to go out of Ontario. I want to be in paradise somewhere.
You know, and if we're gonna get
loving
stuck here, I'm not going down without a fight. So we need to rise up for God's army, for the second coming of Jesus, for the God please pre-tribulation rapture. Why else? Well, this is the end, and all these star-studded movies exist. So the cast of this film has Rihanna, right? Has
Yep, we know about
all
Rihanna.
the Seth Rogens, every character. That even has that little short comedian guy. What's his name? Kevin Hart.
I'm
Yeah,
not a big fan of him anymore.
you look like him.
So,
So
are you dumb? Are you stupid? Are you dumb?
Yeah.
I look like myself. Chill.
Oh, look at this. So we were talking, me and this guy were just talking about, look, rapper Cardi B equals 666.
Yo,
And what did I
Cardi's
tell
ratchet.
you? Because we were listening to some Nicki Minaj, and I says, honestly,
Well, Nicki's better than Cardi, first of
I
all.
said Nicki's better than Cardi, and it says the music industry and everything went, and society went downhill as soon as rapper Cardi B came on the scene. Like
exactly.
like women just loved her. Even my 50-year-old aunt was like, I love Cardi B. And then they all start acting all ghetto and
so
low
disgusting,
life,
ratchet.
right? The
Like, I
whole
never liked Cardi B from the start.
ratchet.
But I
Just
got-
that's the word.
Yeah,
ratchet.
She's too ratchet for me.
She
but I gotta
ratchet
admit,
out the whole world.
Sometimes she does drop some bars here and there, but
No,
is it really her?
It's not
creating
about
that?
the
It's
music.
fucking-
It's her character. And her
Yeah.
character's like, screw this guy over, use him for
She's a
money,
hoe.
then use his friend,
Disgusting.
use his brother, use his
Remember,
dad.
she even admit she drugged people back in her stripper
Yeah,
days.
so that's why girls
to get the
these
money out
days
of
are
them.
so ratchet and they think like this. They're all about saying, hey, I'm ghetto, Cardi B.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
disgusting.
I'm
It's a
gonna
turn
date
off.
this guy and date his brother and take their money and do this. Hey, Cardi B.
So
Hey,
Cardi's all like,
evil.
Hey, I'm your girl, Cardi B.
Disgusting. So you
already know
see
I'm
it.
your regular schmegula girl from the Bronx. So...
This world is sick. We're in Sodom and Gomorrah.
That's how she talks.
And this is the end. We want the rapture. And you saw the corona sign right before the rapture hit. So what is that trying to say? Does Hollywood know what they're setting the world up for? They've been trying to tell us subliminally since the beginning of Hollywood, since before
Hollyweird.
they even 50 years before they sent any cameras or satellites or man to the moon. They already got the spinning globe at the turn of the 20th
with
century.
countries on it too.
Yeah, and
I'm
it's
like, what?
spinning.
I thought the whole time I didn't get to see a video. I was just hearing stories. I thought the whole time it was just a blank sphere with Universal on it. And now for the first time ever, I was today years old to see that they put countries on that
Yeah.
screen.
And they always put like another like a belt around the earth, right?
Yeah.
Even though
That's
it's a
their
ball,
signature.
and they put so it's like the rings of Saturn. But remember, Satan is a copycat. Everything he does, he is copying God. And what is Saturn? Everyone refers to Saturn as Satan's planet or world, right? It's a round globe with the rings around it. But when you look at it flat as just an image, it actually looks just like God's flat earth. snow globe. So you get the ball, and you get the Earth in the middle on the platform. And again, it's the same look as a Saturn, but Satan just fornicated the real look of the flat Earth with the ice ring and how it goes underneath, right, with Sheol. And then he just said, no, I'm going to turn it into a ball and put rings of Saturn around it, right? So everything Satan does is identical, but flipped, an imitation, right? So our true Earth does look like Saturn, but not as a planet with rings, as a globe, as a snow ball with a flat, round pancake Earth inside with waters around it, and then the four corners of Earth that the angels sit at. So there are four corners, but it's outside of the dome, right? Thank you, Starlight. 100. So yeah, let me interact with all of you because you guys have been on it today. While this guy was talking, I was looking at the comments. While J7 was sharing her story, I was looking at the comments. So you're awake. I'm looking forward to gives me more confidence to move forward with more Flat Earth, finish off Flat Earth series, move more into Hollywood. That's obviously going to be next as everything's connected. We got to go into Hollywood because as you saw, the Universal Earth logo from 1912, 1913. And then we got to look at the practice, right? So you know how back in the day with Broadway, how the male actors would only be allowed to do the acting, and that for any female roles that the males would have to play the females. So that was always a thing. And I'm going to tell you, it never changed, right? So
Like how you have a female voice actor doing Ash's voice in Pokemon.
but
And a lot of female voice actors do males in productions like cartoons and shit. When it comes to a young male, they use a female. Which is kind of interesting, like why.
right.
But in some other like productions that would actually use an 11-year-old boy for an 11-year-old boy character.
So Paul says they know what's going to happen before it happens. Paul, it's not just them. We all know what's going to happen before it happens because we have
The Golden Bible.
the Holy Bible
Oh, yeah,
has
Holy
told
Bible.
us all. And if we know, because he has the book, so Mukesh knows what's going to happen. It tells us. I know what's going to happen, right? So Hollywood knows. That's why they make all their freaking movies as parables, as like, you know, as like little bits of the Bible. They got Gods and Kings. They got the Moses movie. We got the Noah movie with that's another one.
That
So
guy from Office. Right?
no, that you're thinking of. Yeah, see, that's another mockery.
Evan.
Evan Almighty.
Yeah.
That's another mocking of Noah. Then you get the other big budget Noah film with what's his name? Russell Crowe, the Australian guy. He plays Noah. I'm gonna watch that again because in it has fallen angels, and the angels get turned into rock, stone.
Like
So,
the angels we see around Toronto, the fallen angels.
yeah, and those are. So I made some posts on Facebook this week referring to the principalities and powers in Ephesians 6:12. When Ephesians 6:12 says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers." Principalities and powers are angels. That is actually their names, right? There are dominions. There's seraphims. There's cherubims. But some of them fell with Lucifer. There's regular angels. And then there's more higher ranked angels known as principalities and powers. So I'm going to bring up quickly if I can go to my Facebook. Sorry, I see some good comments here. Love Butterfly says, yo, Mukesh and Nico. Yes, say hello to Mukesh. Not many of you have seen him in a while, but he's here. He's working hard and doing his thing. Thank you, Paul. J7 says, oh my God, I should have stayed on live. I have so much more stupid sinus infection. Yeah, don't worry. I just, Saturday night, I thought I'd come on. You know, there's a lot more research and things to get together for the whole, to finish off the Flat Earth series. But this is like a little in between quickly for the weekend. Yep. Principalities and powers are angels. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to my Facebook. I'm going to bring up what I posted. I want you all to know because everything, you're all here, part of this resistance. We're all crusaders, and I have to keep bringing it up that our enemy is the fallen angels. Yeah, let me go to my page. So I just posted it a couple days ago.
Hey, it's J7 right there on the right.
J7, yes.
I love how you have American flag up there.
Because I want America. Canada's
Exactly.
waste.
F China.
I'm sick of Canada and how Canada doesn't want to fight freedom. They just want to like chill at home and become like
slaves.
mainstream media news.
Yeah.
So I made a couple of memes. So I want to bring this one up. So it says, every 4 months, there is a new conspiracy theorists will write meme, yet you still don't listen. Exactly. So you must have been seeing the meme going around. Oh, your conspiracy theorists were right, but yet they still don't listen.
Conspiracy realists, because everything we've been saying at these rallies are true. It's been happening. It's another.
Yeah, you're welcome, Chanel. My heart is with America. Always has been, honestly.
America,
always has been.
The greatest country in the world. I'm thankful that I'm American, born in the regular schmegular Bronx, New York. Even though I'm kind of embarrassed to be from New York now, because they're a bunch of liberal commies. Same thing with Cali.
This is from Kazakhstan. The people turned on the police who were enforcing ridiculous mandates on them. Yes, both sides, people were injured and killed. So the people are beating on the police.
Where's this?
Kazakhstan.
Where's that?
It's like parts of one of them colonies of Russia.
Oh, okay. Can I take more on this real quick?
So yeah, it's happening all over the world. Sorry, let me get over here and end this video because I want to make sure we all know. Okay, here we go. So I want to bring up this post here. We got some Bible verses. Let me make sure it's up on the screen properly because there we go. Okay, so Romans chapter 8, verse 38. For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come. Right? So there's your first verse containing angels, principalities, and powers. Ephesians 3:10. To the intent that now unto the principalities and powers in heavenly places might be known by the church the manifold wisdom of God. Again, principalities and powers connected with the heavens in the Bible. We get Ephesians 6:12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Colossians 1:16. Coco, come baby. For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him. So we have 4 types of ranked angels here. We got thrones. I know in your mind you see thrones and you're like, oh, the throne of God. No, thrones is also a name of type of angel. Dominions is a type of angel, and so is principalities and powers.
Like how Kanye and Jay-Z have that album Watch the Throne, they're talking about watching these angels.
So Colossians 2:15, and having spoiled principalities and powers, he made a shoe of them openly, triumphing over them in it. So in this verse, it's referring to principalities and powers as them. So they're people or entities that were spoiled, and now he made a shoe of them openly, triumphing over them. So here's an image of the principalities and your powers. As you know from this Resistance channel, yes, Chanel, wow, these fallen angels, the Bible has it in there. It tells you who the enemy is. We just didn't know that principalities and powers and thrones and dominions actually meant hierarchy and ranks of angels. So now I found the images of them, and this seems to pan out. So as you know, all across the earth, in front of all their old Tartarian buildings, as they call it, you get angel statues holding out wreaths and holding flowers. These are the principalities. And then you get the other angels that have swords and staffs. Those are the powers, principalities and powers. Remember, the wreath angels, they're every city. They're in Toronto, they're in Russia,
Why?
England, and they're holding out the wreath. These are the principalities that we wrestle against.
Did you count how many angels is in Toronto?
They're all over the world.
I gotta count how many is in Toronto.
So here we go. Here's more of the angels. So we start off at the top here. We got seraphim, cherubim. There's your thrones. There's your dominions.
Powers.
There's your powers, your virtues,
Archangels.
your principalities,
I've heard that name, archangels. I didn't know that's a bad thing.
your archangels, and your angels. No, they're not bad,
Oh,
but some of them turned and became bad. So not all of
is
them.
archangels good though?
Well, yeah, archangels are good and they had to protect, but some of them were led astray by Satan. So Satan was able to convince principalities and powers to rule as gods on earth and to defy God himself in heaven. So there's your 9 ranks of angels. There's your principalities and your powers. They're there all over the earth. They have names. So the Bible has been telling us that the principalities and the powers are fallen angel entities, highly ranked angels that we wrestle against, not flesh and blood, not your prime minister, not your king or queen, not your president. These people are fools. Like, they're like nothing. They're not great mystical warrior leaders. They're just little puppets, some Baphomet puppets. Wow. All of it's coming together now. More Bible prophecy unfolding. I've already gone through the Bible. I found every verse in that holy book that mentions principalities, powers, dominions, thrones. And that's what I just went through. Every verse is referring to principalities and powers, along with angels and the other ranked angels, as what it is, the enemy. So here we go. Pomeranian resistance.
Giving Mukesh freedom. Extra love. Oh, that's my nose.
There's Coco, lovely princess. Of course. Okay, this is another good one. So I get the feeling some of the fallen angels are already in regret. They were already in regret before the flood. And if you watch the film Noah, as I mentioned, with Russell Crowe or whatever his name is, it shows in that film, it shows that the angels fell to earth and ruled. And then it shows that some of the angels tried to repent because the sin started to weigh down on them and they could no longer look up to heaven. So some of them sought out Noah and they're like, Noah, you are a descendant and pure of the first man, Adam. We came here. They told Noah that we came here to protect your ancestor, and things got out of hand. So now they said that God won't answer us and we're afraid that he won't take us back. Right? So what did they do? Because the angels wanted to repent and try to get home, they helped Noah build the ark. So think about it. Noah was one man with just 3 sons. How would he build an ark by himself to, first of all, survive the world's great flood? Like, think about it. If me and this guy went outside to make a boat right now, no offense, I don't think it's not gonna withstand anything. It's not even gonna withstand the next snow, right?
Of course, God is the strongest.
So
But like,
again,
our
and
boat
not
could be
only
sickest.
did it hold just him and his family and survive the great flood, it was big enough to bring in 2 by 2 all the animals of the earth, right? So I get the feeling there's some more truth in that film, that some of the angels tried to repent. They approached Noah and says, we will help you build the greatest ark and hope that God will take us home. But in that film, it shows that God did bring them home. That's not happening. That goes against biblical scripture, everything. So it would have been way too dangerous. There's no way he could have built that without the angels. Exactly. So we're getting to it now. The angels did repent before the flood because they already spoke to Enoch. They already spent time with Adam and Methuselah and Jared, right? And Lamech, all of our ancestors. And then once Enoch spoke to God and they knew that God spoke to a man and not them, they freaked out. They were like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
7 by 7 of the clean.
Because remember, they were here for 1625 years, so 1,625 years. So by the time Enoch walked this earth, so much time had gone by, so much sin had happened, so much fornication and corruption had happened, and a lot of regret did happen. And once they heard that God answered someone on earth and spoke to them, they went to Enoch, and Enoch told them the revelation that the flood will come, and when my great-great-grandson's time, Noah, right? And then when Noah came, those same angels went to Noah and says, please, we want to go home to our father. We were here for Adam and all your ancestors will help you build this ark. And that is what happened. Exactly, yeah. Believe the Bible, not some stupid movie. The movie is stupid, but it's big budget, and they don't make these big budget biblical movies just for the sake of it because they think it's going to entertain us. They are not in the business to entertain us, no matter what Hollywood tells you. They are not here to entertain. They don't give a damn about our entertainment and us feeling good or having a good cry through a sad movie. They don't care.
Part of being an entertainer is brainwashing, planting seeds, foreshadowing, indoctrinating.
Exactly.
It's all part of being a puppet, getting your money, praising the devil, and ignoring God and moving on with life.
So I'm not in no way endorsing these stupid movies and treating them as truth, but we have to have discernment because you have to understand that Satan knows the truth. He has a complete Bible of all of God's word, right? That's what you have to understand. And those books are missing from the Bible. And either you find discernment and get that vision and download from the Lord to fill in the missing books from the Bible and the missing truths and texts, then you have to go to the person that does have it. I'm not saying go visit Satan. I'm saying Satan has the complete word of God and has been putting it in front of our face forever, especially with his Hollywood and his media and his pharmakeia and his sorceries, right?
What do you mean by media?
Because the media is a goddess, right? Like all this stuff is evil, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Media, pharmakeia, all of these names, the celebrity, celeb means God, right? Or dog, but when you turn it backwards, it's God. Didn't you? So if you get famous, why do you get the title celebrity? Because celeb in Hebrew is dog. So basically they're gods, right? These are the gods of the end days revelation, the false idols, the false gods, these celebs. And who do people worship? Oh my God, Jennifer
Drake,
Aniston, Cardi B,
Jesus, Kanye West,
Brad Pitt, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
musical prophet equals
Queen
666,
Beyonce,
right?
goes on. Yeah. Lady Gaga.
So yeah, so you have to understand the way I've been able to say, I'm not watching this and being like, oh, that's exactly how it happened. I know it's a joke. Another thing that upset me, that Gods and Kings movie with Christian Bale, the one with Moses and in Egypt, that was a complete destruction of what happened. They took away all of God's miracles and that. They took away the parting of the Red Sea. They took away the 10 plagues. They took out everything. And I knew that was them rewriting the Bible and deleting God. And that's how they do it, subtly, by removing his miracles. And then all you get is a storybook, right? That means nothing to anyone. This is what Satan has been doing, is doing, and is going to continue doing all the way up until Judgment Day and until he's gone to hell. And he's planning to bring all of you with him.
Hey, let me read you guys Genesis chapter 7
Hold
verses
on.
1.
Sorry.
Oh?
Object Aaron, it's a new viewer. He's saying, if you're saying there are missing books from the Bible, then you're saying the Bible is not complete. The 66 books are God's word, right? But what about the book of Enoch? What about the book of Jonah, the Apocrypha, right? And why is Genesis? So Genesis is obviously incomplete in our Bible. And the book of Enoch proves that. And I'm telling you, the book of Enoch is somewhat incomplete too. But it's complete enough that if you really absorb it and trust in the Lord, the missing parts just come to you, especially if you see it when Satan is fornicating it in front of the TV and Hollywood, right?
I could just read this to
I'm
you.
trying to teach you how to see it because he's not going to just give it to you on a silver platter. So go ahead.
I can just read this to you and you guys think for yourself. Then the Lord said to Noah, "Come into the ark, you and your household, because I have seen that you are righteous before me in this generation. You shall take with you seven each of every clean animal, a male and his female, two each of animals that are unclean, a male and his female. Also seven each of birds of the air, male and female, to keep the species alive of the face of all the earth. For 7 more days I will cause it to rain on the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and I will destroy from the face of the earth all living things that it cut off, whatever." Anyways, that's Genesis chapter 7, verses 1 to 4. If you want to check that out.
I know, but we've gone over this in previous lives, how incomplete Genesis is, how it jumps from just the flood to Moses. It's incomplete. It says, oh, the angels came, they chose wives, and then God flooded the world. So that's missing. The book of Enoch actually names all the angels and all of their skills and powers, right, that they taught humanity. So again, there's lots that we are uncovering that has never been spoken about before. We are in the end days, and the closer we get to the truth is also the closer we get to the end, right? There's no way we're going to uncover all the truth and then be here for another 1,000 years, right? That's not how it's written in the Bible. And the more I get awakened to it and see where in the end, you see the blasphemous ways and how man has lost his ways and would rather parade in the street and be disobedient and rebellious against God, right? There's a reason why those books were not added to the Bible, right? But who got to choose that and why? It's very well thought out, trust me. There's enough for you to have enough to get the rest if you truly seek it, right? And that's how tricky Satan is, because he knows us better than we know ourselves, believe it or not. But once we have God, he has no effect over us. So you got to understand and not, what do you call it? Like, don't underestimate the father of lies, the master of deception.
Because Satan could also grant miracles or do miracles.
That's why people serve him and follow him, because he has been giving these people, kingdoms of earth, giving them riches and.
However, do not try testing God is another thing. So, yeah, you just end up making a fool of yourself. I think that's what I learned.
So Kimberly says, I thought Constantine left certain books of the Bible out for nefarious reason. So we're covering it. I wish I could just rush through everything and tell you what I know, but that's not the way to take it in. So trust me, believe me, everything I'm going through, I've seen it years before. And, I desperately need a whole army for God of people to see what I see and rise up, right?
Crusaders of the Resistance, go to jointheresistance.ca.
Exactly. Thank you. Yes.
There's the merch. Check it out.
Yeah, we're uniting. We're putting on the whole armor of God and preparing. It's smart. It's better to prepare than just sit back and be lukewarm. You already know what God said about lukewarm. So let's get back to the Bible quickly.
What did God say about lukewarm? Because that's how I like my water, like room temperature, though.
I'm going to bring it up now. So don't be lukewarm. Do not be lukewarm. So Revelation 3:16. I'm going to show you right now. So then, because thou art lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. Do not be lukewarm. And coincidentally, it's Revelation 3:16. So let's go to John 3:16. Again, another 3:16. So it says, because thou art lukewarm, I will spew thee out of my mouth. And John 3:16 says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.
That's such a
Do you see how they're
famous verse.
connected? Do not. Again, yeah, it's very famous. A lot of people have written that on their foreheads and
like I see
been
that
found.
everywhere.
Yeah. So again, Revelation 3:16, John 3:16. Don't be lukewarm. Choose Jesus. This is the importance, right? And do I have another one? I forgot because I keep losing track. So let's see the comments. Yep, they got your teddy bear.
It's not even a teddy bear; it's a beaver because it's Canadian. It hugs over
Yeah,
masks.
that's what the dogs are fighting over. They're
Yo, I
fighting
know
over.
you want one. It's very rare.
Coco badly want Coco. You're making too much noise, and you're gonna pull the computer off of the table.
Yeah, you could go to what's it, hugsovermask.com or we'reallessential.ca, something like that. Whatever. Vlad. Shout out to Vlad.
So Sandra says, thank you for reading that. However, I think it went over some heads. Most folks say 2 by 2, and I'm afraid they still will. You're welcome. We are here. Thank you. The Bible is about salvation. Books that don't serve that purpose don't need to be added to the Bible. If the God word put it there, everything should be there. But again, if you're Satan, you're going to want to play games and make it tricky and take things out and not have it spelled out for us. Otherwise, his purpose means absolute nothing, right? So he carefully dissected the Bible and has given us what we have, but it's enough. If you have the sight to see and absorb what we've given, then you can see what was missing and taken away, right? It's very simple. You got to understand what was taken can be seen. It doesn't need to be read. It would help if it was there and we could read it, how God spoke it to us. But instead, Satan knows is no, they don't need to read this. I'm just going to show them. And that's what was missing. What is missing, Satan has shown us.
Well, like, actually, no.
Wait, but the angels? I said it's just a theory. We don't know. I'm just saying, think about it. Again, like I said, these Hollywood movies show us truths and a lot of disinfo. You just got to process and decipher between it all, right? So again, an ark was built, animals were filled in it, and it survived a great flood and the waters didn't reside had enough to give enough food for a whole year's worth, right? So yeah, Coco wins. She gets the beaver. So again, we're not talking about Noah's Ark. I believe it was real. I believe that the angels knew their fate because Enoch told them, right? So, because God told Enoch, and when God spoke to someone for the first time, because he hadn't spoken to anyone in a while, the angels got Noah and begged and pleaded for Enoch to speak to God for them. And Enoch went to God and said, look, the angels are sorry, and God said no. So we'll get into that. We'll get into that whole scenario. It is written. It is there. We're going to get back into the book of Enoch soon, but we got to finish off Flat Earth. We got to tie in this whole Hollywood scenario with their whole spinning globe, everything before NASA and all of that, and before all these major operations. So something's been going on. They had the magic tell them, right?
Yeah, man. All that black magic and all that.
So yeah,
Disney
quickly
magic.
talk to me. We're going to end it. It's at 1 hour 55. Yeah, Noah is one of my favorite topics too. J7 says, crazy, but I am connected to the person who claimed to find the real Noah's Ark. He lives in San Diego. There you go. So Love Butterfly says, principalities, powers in the Bible are levels of demons or presence of demonic activity. These beings are real. Their primary goal is to kill, worry, destroy, harass, confuse, bother humans. Exactly. So yeah, so many comments coming in. So I want to hear what Island Boy is asking about.
Island Boy.
Island Boy, talk to me.
Man, 5 minutes of fame ended quick. What is
Yeah.
your favorite part, though?
So I hope everyone's gonna be taking it easy. Hopefully people are getting some more truths and knowledge over the rest of the weekend. I can't believe January's pretty much half done. It's gonna be flying by this year again. So we're looking up, right? Because that's what's gonna be happening. These Hollywood movies have been showing it for for decades, since the beginning of Hollywood. Hi, Andrea. Hopefully you got to take in some of the show today. Just a quick get together on the Saturday evening.
Tea time with Mr. Freedom with the Holy Bible. You already know what this is. Your boy Makesh Freedom coming at you again live from the 6.
So yeah, everything is connected. The shape of the earth, Satan's deception, the Holy Bible, the Book of Enoch, Hollywood, the music industry. Oh, it's endless.
It's all one-sided, lefty, government-funded BS.
Yeah, this devil's playground is just, I've had enough. Hopefully you've all had enough too. I'm just here to expose as much as I can, help everyone get to their own research, because that's always great too.
Yep, that's something that I've been knowing for years. And 2020 really, really drilled that in my head, to do your own research. Because when you do your own research,
and then you meet someone else that did the same research and you share, then it's like, whoa, okay. So
exactly.
So don't just take my word for it,
Can't
right?
believe everything you see on TV. Like something I was taught at a young age. They put in the cartoons back then. Like don't believe everything you see on TV. It's plain and simple. All of a sudden they want
welcome Stacey D.
They want you to live in fear. They want you to believe everything you see on the news. All of a sudden, like, what the hell? What happened to do your own research? They're not trying to preach that anymore to kids in schools.
Yeah, so Hollywood is a dangerous tool. This whole tell lies vision box, because that's what it is. They're telling a vision, right? That's what it is. It's a vision box. It's like mystical magic.
But they're programs.
Yeah, we got these devices, the devil's devices, the black mirror. You know, this is a black mirror. So these devices are all devil's technologies,
and then the Apple
enslavement tools.
And then something I was taught back in like over a decade ago, the Apple logo was like Adam and Eve, when Eve took a bite out of that apple of knowledge.
No, that's not the real sin, though. That's what they told you as a kid. Yeah. But the real sin was they had sex with the devil.
Yeah, but
they can't tell you that. They're not going to tell a bunch of kids in Sunday school that the devil had sex with Eve, and now we're living in his playground. So that's exactly what went on, and that's the original sin.
After she ate the apple?
No apple was mentioned in the Bible.
Hold up.
See, what you're speaking of is Hollywood deception and Satan.
But it's in the Bible, though.
No, it isn't. It says forbidden fruit.
Forbidden. Oh yeah, I learned that. I learned that in school. It's a forbidden fruit.
So forbidden fruit.
That it's an apple.
No, the forbidden fruit was Eve that God made for Adam, right? So I'm telling you, I'm telling you, the sex happened.
Anyways, they sinned.
Lots of sex in the Bible. It's all being hidden.
Incest shit. I'm like, that's dirty. Like, oh my gosh, so many cheating.
Yeah, thank you, Sue Sutton. I messaged you today because, again, driving around at like 3-4 in the afternoon here, we got the moon bright as ever, and then the sun on its way around to you, Sue, for New Zealand's Sunday. So we got to catch this out. Before this Flat Earth series is over, I need to get a live conversation with someone in Australia, in New Zealand, on the opposite side of the ball, so that when I'm looking at the sun and the moon opposite each other in the North American skies, I can definitely guarantee that someone in Australia or New Zealand or the upside down part of the world, we will get on a video chat, and I will tell you that you either have the sun or the moon in your sky as well.
It's always been like that out.
I know, but if we're on the top of the ball on one side, right, and we're looking at the sun and the moon that's up there, and then the upside down part of the world, Australia. New Zealand, how are they supposed to see the sun or the moon if they're on the other side of a ball?
But they still see it though?
I'm telling you, they still see it, and there's only one way they could see it. So how can they see it if they're upside down and that's up there? It's because they're not upside down. Everything's like that. So if we can see it here, they'll be able to see it from over there. Sorry, not really good with the hand thing. I actually need a ball and stuff. I need to get some props together.
Not really good for your hands?
Well, I'm describing it. I'm just doing this and this and this and this, right? That could mean anything, especially if you're watching it on mute. So again, we're over the 2-hour mark. You're welcome, Mr. IMC. Again, this was just the discussion, just pointing out some more Rapture films. That's not the only Rapture film Hollywood's made. Obviously, the Avengers Infinity War is a rapture movie where half the world's population just disappears in an apocalyptic thing, right? Event. We also have Left Behind. They're trying to get your chips over there, thinking it's treats. So the movie Left Behind with.
Oh shit, that's a protein bar. Yo, what the, hey, ow, my finger. What the hell?
Yeah, stop leaving.
They dug in here.
Don't let them finish it. Get Prince.
Yo, you're already done.
Yeah, move it. Wow, these wolves, these little wolves got a hold of some Cliff Bar. So we're gonna end this show again. It was just a quick speaking on these Rapture films, especially This Is the End. That was coded too for 846 and 474, 2013. Also Left Behind with Nicolas Cage. He's a pilot, and while he's flying on a plane, the rapture happens, and all the Christians and children and babies disappear. So Hollywood's been doing it for a long time, and there's a reason. Are they trying to show us something? Are they trying to tell us something? Or are they just using the Bible to entertain us and to mock it because it's just one big joke to them? So I'm going to say goodbye. Hopefully you weren't too distracted by this guy today, Mr. Mukesh Freedom. Yeah, so
yo, it's your boy Mukesh Freedom coming at you again live from the 6 on King Nico Productions. This was Key Time with Mr. Freedom. You already know. Remember to hit that like button, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. You can check out my Instagram, Mukesh._, MUKESH._. Check out my Telegram, Mukesh Freedom again, MUKESH. Check out my Twitter.
Okay, that's enough.
Mukesh.
That's enough.
Yo, that's not enough, man.
No.
Man's the bear followers still. You know, it's 2022.
Okay, so yeah, Sue's seen the movie. You're welcome. Bye, family. Kate, I just watched that too the other night with all the gematria and the numbers, the knowing. So many crazy films out there just telling you everything. All these apocalypse, end of days, Bible prophecy movies, all for a reason. Sorry, David. I'm going to end it so you'll be able to watch it from the beginning. Just a quick rundown, just talking about the movie, talking about some Bible verses and how everything's related
Wait,
to.
the peace sign is 666?
Yeah, I'm not going to do it, but
man.
the peace,
It's
no.
like muscle memory.
Yeah. Or the AOK sign. The AOK hand gesture is 666. All right. Anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening wherever you are in the world. A lot of Americans. We got Africa. We got Australia, New Zealand. We got Europe. Yeah, we got the Caribbean. So we're blessing the world with some information, with some knowledge. I'm still got lots of work to do to bring you all. So this was just good to see where you're all at, and you guys are blowing my mind. Princess Coco is here.
Someday I'll eat cereal in front of this camera for you guys. I know how much you want that to happen, but it's all up to him. You need to flood his DMs with.
Message me.
Say you need Mukesh to eat cereal live on camera, and then tell him what cereal you want me to eat, the brand of it. Get it.
Okay.
Yeah, with strawberry milk.
Yeah, take it easy. Good night, family.
Good night, Freedom family.
Yeah, let me know if anyone wants to come on and share anything. This guy's saying Freedom family. We are Freedom family. We're the Crusaders of the Resistance family. We're God's armies family. We're whatever you want to be, as long as we're united and are learning the truth of who we are, this world that we're in, and the Holy Bible that has been here for thousands of years now, and there's a reason for it. And J7 says no eating live. Like I said, he's distracting enough as it is. So we'll keep it.
Works, though.
We'll keep your distraction levels like
I know the rule not to chew gum
down there.
No eating live.
Look, Kimberly Taylor says you better not eat live.
You better not eat live. Oh,
I can't have him sitting next to me crunching on Lucky Charms and stuff. No way. So don't worry.
Okay. Hey, won't get live.
I hope he gives the Pink Panther his glasses back.
What's up?
Okay. So I hope everyone's saying good night if I might go on live on Instagram or Facebook. So let me know. I'm going to be just getting to it, setting up some more shows, but I'd love to hear from everyone. I really appreciate you all coming on and supporting me.
Join the Freedom Smile on Facebook.
It's amazing. It's a privilege to do this, to come and have the audience that I have, and have the response that I get for when I'm just sitting here giving information from the Bible. I never would have thought, especially in a Sodom and Gomorrah world where people are taking off their clothes and posting pictures on Instagram, whether you're a woman or a guy, everything's sex and sex sells. So thank you, God, that I don't have to resort to taking off my clothes and fornicating and being blasphemous just to reach people. This is the better way. And I'll continue to serve our Lord and bring those that want the truth to you. So Tea Time on Insta. What do you say? You want to go on Instagram or Facebook, wherever you people are?
I say
I don't know. My Instagram is kind of good sometimes, but with these damn shadow bans. And remember, you only get shadow banned if you're speaking the truth. So if I'm speaking fairy tales and nonsense, the Bible and end of days alien invasion, why am I getting censored like crazy? I have like close to 8,000 followers now on Instagram, and I'm getting like, it doesn't add up. The same on my YouTube. It was going great through the astral world, and now I can see the shadow ban kicking in again. So I need you all to help me crusade through the shadow ban so we can blow this resistance up. This is the resistance of the end days, biblical revelations. Have a good night, anyone, and have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you soon.
Peace be with you.